Now we're cooking. It's the coach. This is the 2020.
Appreciate you, Coach. Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is for. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by the veteran quarterback out of Michigan State. The former Spartan, it's Kirk Cousins.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance, because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. A quick throw taken in by Diggs. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Cousins. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Josh Allen in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Gotta hope that's not a sign of things to come as they face an early 2nd and long. On the carry, it's Cook. And this looks a lot like the last play. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's tackled for the 2nd straight go-around. Great job by this Jacksonville D.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Minshew. That is incomplete.
The out route's such a timing route that sometimes the guy throwing the ball just throws it almost blindly, just kind of counts on that timing winning. And in this case, the ball was batted away.
That one's complete to Tomlinson. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. On the draw, this is Fournette. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. Now on 2nd and 16, Minshew. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Looking to throw it. Minshew looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
They had a good game catching the ball in the backfield a week ago, and they're going to try and involve him in that way in this game as well. But you can tell scouting is taking over. They're making it a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, defensively, they told us, hey, we've got to take him out of the passing game, limit it to just short runs, because he can really impact this offense. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook. There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 24 carries, 94 yards.
He's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
That second down play, nets a -4.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Cousins from the gun on third. Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. And the Jags grab it. And he brings this one back. A fumble return for a Jacksonville score. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay. I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's two different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs? Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a fourth down.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Looking to throw again on second down. Minshew. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. They'll try to throw for it with Minshew. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
Check. Watch 54. Rick.
Fournette, a first down carry. Some fancy footwork, but not much room to operate. Just up past the 25 and no further. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Minshew sets to throw. Completes it to Lee. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
12 yards there. First down, Vikings. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Cook. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The starters defensively now for Jacksonville. They're going to need to be strong against the run in this one.
Numbers don't tell you everything, but they do paint a pretty good picture. We're talking about 2 top 5 units going at each other. 1 in running the ball, 1 in stopping the run. I think this is going to be a whole lot of fun myself.
Check.
Now Cousins here on the bootleg. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. 22 yards there, a first down. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. From the gun, here's Cousins. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Play action now, Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 3rd down, Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 29-yard line.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Tried to go back again to Adam Thielen, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. The run on 3rd and long, so I guess waving the white flag a little bit.
Yeah, and I think sometimes teams are so committed to running the football that they'll take a chance, even in a long yardage situation, to let them know on the other side, this is what we're going to be about today. In this case, they didn't get a first down, but if you're thinking along with them, hey, they might be committed to running it all game long.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive. but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes, and just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They'll try the right side here with Fournette. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Here's Minshew. Lee's got it over the middle. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. And at least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want a drive to end with a kick. Most of them want it to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants a drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Good work after the catch. Going to net them 23 and a first.
Good route, good pickup for first down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover. The angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. On play action, Cousins. Complete. Smith has it. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 23 yards the pickup there.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Now a play fake here on first down. And this one complete to Smith. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a first down if not for that penalty moments ago. To throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. And eventually he's taken down here. Great coverage downfield, resulting in the sack. So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. Throwing is Cousins. And that is incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow them to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let them get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Jags and Leonard Fournette making their way onto the field. And he's had his chances in this game. He just hasn't been able to find any daylight so far.
Patience, patience, patience. And that's the hard part for a runner because they expect every run to be a big one for something to pop. So they have to sometimes go through the struggles before it happens for them later in the game. But you got to give credit to the rest of the team. They've worked around the fact that he hasn't had his normal big game.
Yeah, despite his struggles, still winning here in the second quarter. The Jaguars on third down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun is Minshew. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Here's Kirk Cousins now, the centerpiece of our player spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well, but the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with a quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is going to be 3rd and 13. Cousins now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Ryan Quigley now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. That's taken inside his own 40. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. Throwing again on 2nd down. Minshew, 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Leonard Fournette. Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. Now Minshew. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. So on 4th down, Jags kicker Josh Lambo comes on. This officially a 55-yard attempt. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or two. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions. Yeah, it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Cousins to throw it. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. To throw, Cousins. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down. But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right? Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him. And Quigley now on to punt as he sends this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis? Well, I'm trying something on 1st down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially give me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. So we're at halftime with our score 7-6 in a tough-fought first half. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. The NFL season going to be about 2/3 complete after this.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in the second half. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter. I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half. We'll see if they do just that. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
He won't go down. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Throwing on first down is Minshew. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10, down at the 33. Looking to throw it, Minshew. That's out to his running back, Fournette. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
60 out,
A quick throw complete to Chark. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to a sack back at the 16-yard line. Danielle Hunter make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though. 3 points for the opening drive of the 3rd quarter. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. Off the play fake, Cousins.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though. Huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To the air again, it's Cousins. It's caught, Smith. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Cousins now 5 straight completions here in this 2nd half. 1st and 10. Cousins. And Rudolph has it left side. And he's got this down to the 35. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. Cousins going to come up on a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Here's Madison running on 1st down. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. From the 17, Cousins. He's got Smith here. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. So negative yardage, a loss of 3 on 2nd down, and that leads to a tough 3rd down call. This is caught, and he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A cool little accomplishment for him passing the football. 25,000 yards. He just surpassed that for his career.
When he was a little guy in the backyard just throwing it around probably with his dad, he thought about playing in the NFL. He dreamed of it. But to put up these kind of numbers while doing so, that's got to be kind of cool for him. He'll enjoy the heck out of thinking about that when this one is over.
They go play action here on 1st down. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sacked back at the 9-yard line. Josh Allen in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal.
I'm coming for you. You mine. 36.
Cousins gives way to Cook. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Yannick Ngakoue able to put an end to that play, and in so doing puts an end to this 3rd quarter.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about the ball comes out. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Cousins now after the fumble recovery. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Cousins on first down. He'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. Expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Now Cousins. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Josh Allen in there to get him, and that is now sack number 18 on the season for him. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And Aguayo able to knock it through. And they take the lead here by 2, 12-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Minshew, 1st and 10. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Here's Minshew. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Jaguar linemen might have moved. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Every penalty so critical at this stage of the game as now they've got it 3rd and long. The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 30 yards there.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
Check nine.
They'll go play action here with Minshew. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Minshew sets to throw. Completes it to Lee. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. Here it's 3rd and 2. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
You talk about a big kick under pressure in the 4th quarter. I mean, that wasn't like a 33-yarder. That was long distance.
Not only does it show the faith that they have in him, but also remember, if they'd missed that one, they're giving up the ball near midfield, so they had to be very confident that he was going to put that one through the post.
And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. On play action, Cousins. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Josh Allen in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Sack. Quarterback gets hit.
Here's Ryan Quigley now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
They'll try and run some clock with Fournette. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Off play action, it's Minshew. That one's complete to Tomlinson. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Minshew. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
And now out comes Minnesota. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. To throw, Cousins. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. A 1st down throw for Cousins. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a 1-score game. 2nd down and goal. Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. On 3rd down, they run with Madison. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. Have to kick this field goal, don't you?
No question about it. Look at the clock. Look at the situation. Kick the field goal.
So a pressure spot here for Roberto Aguayo. This for the lead in the final stages. And Aguayo's kick is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
So now the Jags down on the scoreboard. At time, a huge factor. Needing at least 40 yards, you'd have to think, to have a shot.
15, Lonnie. 15 Lonnie. Let's go, let's go.
Back to throw. That one complete. He finds Shark. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a 1st down as well. Well, look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Back to throw. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Past the 20. That one goes for 30 yards.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go band of brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late-game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Everyone got 4 down. Snap.
On 3rd down, Fournette. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. So now the onus will fall on the shoulders of Josh Lambo. He's hit 2. He's missed 1. This for the win. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're